PlayStation has officially closed FireWalk Studio, the developer of Concord, and Yonkoi, a mobile developer for them as well. We're going to talk all about that in today's video. If you guys could do me a huge favor, like the video, subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update, and share the video to help grow our community. Now, let's talk about this update that comes from the CEO, Herman Hulst, in a letter that he wrote. Quotes, regarding FireWalk, as announced in early September, certain aspects of Concord were exceptional, but others did not land with enough players, and as a result, we took the game offline. We have spent considerable time these past few months exploring all of our options. After much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close FireWalk Studios. He also said, I want to thank all of FireWalk for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. He added that the PvP first-person shooter genre is a competitive space that's continuously evolving, and unfortunately, we did not hit our targets with this title. We will take the lessons learned from Concord and continue to advance our live service capabilities to deliver future growth in this area. Lastly, he says, I am a big believer in the benefits of embracing creative experimentation and developing new IP. However, growing through sustainable financials, especially in a challenged economic environment, is critical. While today is a difficult day, there's much to look forward to in the months ahead from the studio business groups and our teams. So that's that. Yonkoi closed, mobile studio. I don't recall hearing much about it, but hey, that's one of the studios that's closed. And FireWalk, of course, being a big one because, well, we were just talking about FireWalk not that long ago and their game, and we were playing it, and, you know, everybody was talking about it online. Mind you, it wasn't in a positive light, but it was still happening. And so FireWalk Studios was purchased for, I don't know how much money. And they developed, allegedly, a $400 million game, which this $400 million game went offline 2 weeks after launching and was refunded to everybody. And so here we are thinking, well, what are they going to do? Are they going to make it free to play? Are they going to just take it offline and cut their losses? What's going to happen? And the answer was that they closed FireWalk Studio. FireWalk Studio, done, and Concord sunsetted, and we're never going to play that game again. And while some people might celebrate that, and some people might be happy about that, we do got to remember that there are a lot of people that also lost their jobs on the same hand, right? Like, we have to understand that real people were tied to these projects. And unfortunately, and I do feel for those people who lost their jobs, hopefully they can, find another job. Hopefully they can get back on their feet. Essentially, this is the result of the market speaking very loudly that Concord was not it, and Concord wasn't enough, and Concord wasn't a game that they wanted to play and invest their time in. And unfortunately, when you've invested so much time into a project and it ends up being this way, it can be pretty devastating for Sony, for FireWalk, for everybody involved in those projects, and to some degree for fans who invested their time into it as well. Mind you, they did refund them, so there's that aspect as well. No matter how you twist it, it's a difficult situation. For me personally, what I would like to see PlayStation do is, if they want to do more first-person shooters, if they want to invest in more projects like this and hopefully get a hit here or there, I think they need to try doing things that maybe haven't been done already. They definitely have to think really outside the box to get a hit here, especially as far as like a first-person hero shooter goes, especially live service, right? These are all things that we have to remember that are super saturated and are very, very risky projects. And Concord is proof of that no matter what you do, you could be the most confident and most capable studio as far as creating games and having the accolades with your staff, and it just might not hit. And in this case, it really didn't. And it was quite devastating to see just how badly it did as far as gamers playing it and how many people purchased it. There were so many signs of concern, despite the gameplay not being horrible, man. The gameplay was pretty solid, and I stand by that, and I think it was pretty solid gameplay, but that just isn't enough today. It just isn't enough to keep your game online and to keep people playing. You need more than that, especially when your competition is Black Ops 6 coming out and doing, exceptionally well and being a very, very good game. So that's something to consider as well. Personally, I'm not a big fan of playing tons of live service games. I'm not a big fan of hero shooters. I loved Overwatch. I loved my time with Overwatch. But my preference is single player games. But I understand that Sony wants to go out and they want to do live service games and try to make some money in that revenue stream, which is completely understandable. But they need to make smarter bets, and they need to really, really figure out when these games are going to launch and what kind of market could they theoretically launch in. In the event of Concord, it was in development for years. There's some contention around how long that was. The point is, it was in development for an extended period of time. And by the time it came out, the market landscape had changed completely. And so Concord walked in to a party that was already over. And when that happens, you're kind of stuck in a situation where you've invested so much money, so much time, so much resources into this project that you are scared to walk away from it. And in the event of what just happened, they basically released the game, and the expected for a lot of people happened, which is the game did not land. And so in the end, we've lost 2 PlayStation studios. Obviously, NIXNE not being a massive one that a lot of people are even aware of. And then FireWalk Studios, which we expected great things from. We expected a lot from FireWalk Studios, and unfortunately, they didn't deliver. And it's just the truth of the matter. And unfortunately, this is just going to be a big learning experience from PlayStation and what they decide to do going forward when they test the waters with these new live service games. But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think of these closures. Did you even like Concord? Did you even know about NIXNE? As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and share the video to help grow our community. I thank you all for watching. Take care.